Welcome to the Black Mesa Transit System.
Half-Life revolutionized gaming, taking over the gaming world by storm, and the community loved it, gobbling up all they could get. However, they would soon be left hungry for more, as the highly anticipated Half-Life 3 would never come. Instead, it just became a meme due to the years of cancelled projects and the amount of insane leaks that would continue to build hype in the community. So, what the hell happened? To understand why Half-Life 3 was lost to time, we need to go back to the beginning, where this legendary series started, how it changed gaming forever, and why it all stopped. Until now?
That was until this last major Dota 2 update, where we got final confirmation indeed that HLX survived the holiday break, does not seem to be going through any form of reboot, and an announcement seems to be inching ever closer.
It all started with one man, a scientist who fights for survival, due to a single experiment going wrong. Black Mesa is a top secret research facility deep underground. Dr. Gordon Freeman, a physicist, arrives for a routine day at work, but today is a very different day. An experiment goes horribly wrong, ripping open a portal to an alien world known as Zen. Chaos erupts, scientists are slaughtered, creatures flood the facility. But it only gets worse. The government isn't coming to save them, they're coming to erase them.
Okay, I thought the military was friends.
No!
Gordon has only one option: fight his way out or die trying. And if you're lucky enough to make it to the end, you get to take down this crazy abomination.
What? What the fuck?
Black Mesa wasn't just Gordon Freeman's story. While he fought for survival, others were trapped, left alone on the planet they once called home, for it to slowly transform as the disaster unfolds.
Hello, soldier sir.
Oh! Whoops, I feel partly responsible for that. Enter Adrian Shepard, a US Marine sent to Black Mesa with the simple mission: eliminate all survivors.
Oh no, you're one of them. Can't we just get along?
No, I've been sent here to kill you. Arriving at the facility that was already overrun, he realised this isn't going to be so simple. Oh, I think I'm dead. I honestly think I'm dead. Holy crap. No way can I jump that. Oh, I definitely went the wrong way. Oh! Get me on there. Holy hell. Fighting through the chaos, he realises he's only just scratched the surface. As yes, the aliens are stronger than expected. However, something out there was worse than Zen's creatures that were lurking deep within Black Mesa. A third faction. The mysterious Race X, which is an unknown alien force. With his team wiped out and no orders coming through, Shepard realises the truth. He isn't here to rescue anyone, he's here to be erased along with the rest of the facility.
See, now I've heard rumors that you troops may not actually be here to rescue us. Just don't forget about us out there, alrighty? Okay, I'll let you through now.
And before he realises it, he's back to fighting the alien scum whilst he runs for survival until he bumps into the G-Man himself, and he will decide his fate. Meanwhile, in another part of Black Mesa, a security guard called Barney is living through the same nightmare. No military backup, no high-tech HEV suit, just a pistol, a flashlight, and a massive pair of balls. But Barney's story isn't about stopping the invasion, it's about escaping. While Freeman and Shepard fight in different battlefields, Barney is crawling through vents, dodging soldiers, and just trying to reach the surface alive. And unlike them, he has no idea on what's happening. Only that the facility he's worked in for years is turning into a death trap. These two expansions weren't just side stories, they showed us that Black Mesa was bigger than Freeman's story, that thousands of people were caught up in the catastrophe. Some would fight, some would escape, and some, well, we would never hear from them again. Years later, the world would be unrecognisable. The government has failed due to the ruthless attack from the alien empire. the Combine. And within only a few years, they have conquered Earth. Humanity was enslaved. And Gordon Freeman? Missing. Until now. A mysterious figure wakes him up, and Freeman emerges from City 17. A dystopian nightmare controlled by the Combine's brutal regime. Unaware what's going on, he knew just one thing. The Resistance needs a hero. And of course he is to be that hero. So once again, Gordon picks up his crowbar, but this time he's not alone. Alex Vance, a skilled fighter, joins him in the fight. What begins as a rebellion turns into something much, much bigger. Because the Combine aren't just occupying Earth, they're using it. And if Freeman fails, humanity's last chance dies with him. Before Gordon Freeman's return, Alex Vance was already fighting. In this VR prequel, she takes on the Combine in this desperate mission to recover a powerful weapon, but in the process, she discovers something shocking. A secret that could change everything, and in the game's final moments, it hints at something much bigger. Something the fans have been waiting for over a decade.
Gordon! Gordon! Wake up, Gordon! She's gone, Gordon. She's gone. Son of a bitch, it has unforeseen consequences. I knew it. When I get my hands on him, I'm gonna kill him. Right now. We got work to do.
Was this the beginning of Half-Life 3, or just another tease? Two former Microsoft employees, Mike Harrington and Gabe Noel, wanted to make a video game. So instead of just playing video games in their mother's basements, Valve was founded, and in 1996, Kirkland, Washington, these two friends began to develop a game that would take over the gaming industry and reshape it into its own plaything. They would do this with their very first project, Half-Life. Unlike other shooters at the time, Half-Life didn't use cutscenes. It told its story in real time, allowing the player to look around and feel immersed within this atmosphere. This would keep the players engaged, alongside the assist of the advanced AI and physics that they had created for Half-Life. Oh shit. Half-Life 2 would only expand on these beloved mechanics, but let me be clear, this wasn't just a sequel. It was a revolution. This would keep the player engaged, as you would always be thinking where to go next, and what do you need to move? Whoa, 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 whoa. I defended it with the turret, that's pretty cool. Whacked it away. Boom. Oh, dude, then a headshot. Okay, that was pretty sick. The new character models now have facial animations that, back in the day, felt lifelike. Then, to top it all off, you can now grab and blast pretty much anything with the new legendary gravity gun, giving you true power of the one true god, Gordon Freeman. That loading screen screwed me so hard. For years, fans begged for anything Half-Life related. And in 2020, Valve finally answered. But instead of Half-Life 3, we got something no one expected. Half-Life Alyx.
Gun! Don't worry, it's unloaded. It's unloaded now!
A VR exclusive prequel. Alyx wasn't just a spin-off, it was a statement. Valve wasn't done with Half-Life, and for the first time in over a decade, players were stepping back into City 17. Not as Gordon Freeman, but as Alex Vance. And to be honest, it looked stunning. The level of interactivity was unheard of. Players weren't just shooting, they were physically reloading guns, rummaging through shelves for ammo, and finally using physics to survive. It was immersive, terrifying, but beautiful. But there was just one problem. Not everyone could play it. Being VR exclusive, Alyx became a dream locked behind a paywall. Those who played it loved it. Those who couldn't felt abandoned once again. October the 10th, 2007, the day everything changed. Half-Life 2 Episode 2 had just dropped, so fans rushed through this masterpiece, only to be left with a gut-wrenching cliffhanger. Eli Vance, dead. Alex screaming in despair, and Gordon, just silent as always. But the screen fades to black, and the credits roll. That was it. No answers, no resolution, just unbearable silence. Valve had also gone silent. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months. Fans scoured forums, analysed code, searching for any hint of Episode 3, and they're still doing it till today. But for a while, it all seemed like it was coming. But then Valve would continue to scrap any updated version that they would begin to create. Years passed, and hope faded. By 2011, Half-Life had sold 12 million copies, but there's still no sign of Episode 3 or Half-Life 3. Valve had now gone in a totally new direction, creating Steam in 2002 for the solo purpose of being a mandatory platform that was required to run and update any of their Valve games. Unaware how much this would blossom, they would begin selling non-Valve games in the late 2005, with Ragdoll Kung Fu being the first ever game that wasn't created by Valve to be sold on this platform. Starting off as a server client, Steam would become the god of all digital distribution platforms for PC, taking up 75% of the market in just 2013 alone. That's because inside Valve's offices, there was no cubicles, no assigned desks, no bosses breathing down your neck. Just open spaces, whiteboards, and rolling desks. It sounds like a developer's dream, the ultimate creative freedom. But in reality, it was just chaos.
There was a lot of disconnect between what all of the different groups were doing, what engineering was doing and what level design was doing and what animation was doing. We had a bunch of monsters that had no plans to get in the game because nobody else was assigned to work on them, and we had a bunch of levels that like, what's supposed to go in here? Oh, I don't know, everybody's gonna do a bunch of stuff, and like, no, that doesn't work that way.
Developers would now start working on Half-Life 3, only to leave the project weeks later for something more exciting. Ew. Ideas were pitched, prototypes were built, but nothing was ever finished. One team wanted to make Half-Life 3 a procedurally generated roguelike. Another tried to push for a Source 2, but the engine just wasn't ready. Again and again, projects were scrapped, and no one could force them to stay on track, because there was just no managers to do so. While fans waited, Valve's own devs were running in circles, and just like that, Half-Life 3 died. Not because Valve didn't want to make it, but because they couldn't, as they were just creating something bigger, something potentially better. This would kinda kill off the Half-Life franchise, as in some regard they would then move on to releasing Counter-Strike, Portal, Day of Defeat, Team Fortress, Left 4 Dead, and even Dota 2 games. Of course, they didn't stop working on the Half-Life series. However, every attempt such as Half-Life 2 Episode 3 and even a version of Half-Life 3 would just get scrapped during development for not living up to what the series is known for, being revolutionary. Starvation was sweeping the lands, and as people were dying off, Valve gave some people another taste, as all hope wasn't lost just yet, releasing Half-Life Alyx for those only whom had VR access. This would upset a lot of people who had been waiting years to bite down on Gordon's head one last time. This may have boosted VR sales due to the lust for this franchise. However, this also left thousands of people starving and craving for just one last little bite. There's one thing all fans have in common: we all hate to wait. Even though Valve dropped the ball, the fans would unite, creating all sorts of crazy mods, some being simple like deathmatch arenas, and vanilla bug fixes, to promo accurate models of your man Gordon. Just quickly skipping over Gordon in a fursuit, there's also mods here I'm sure all of you have been waiting for. No, not MW2 gun sound packs, but the Alpha Scientist female. Ooh baby. Some of these mods are so in depth that Valve just had to release them for their own. And I mean, did you know that Counter-Strike, Team Fortress and Gary mods are all originated as Half-Life mods? Other insane fan projects such as Black Mesa, which was a fan-made remake of the original game, was so good and loved by the creators that Valve just had to make it official title. These mods would go on to inspire the community to go crazy, creating a multitude of mods ranging from VR, multiplayer, and even full-length story mode expansions. Despite Valve's silence, the community refuses to let the series fade away, and even till this day, more and more weird but amazing creations get added to various modding sites for anyone to use, to keep their nostalgia alive. And I only saw not that long ago that there's leaks about Half-Life 3 still appearing on YouTube. I mean, it's just crazy. I really hope it does come though. On top of that, during this research, I found that there's 2 short films which are made for Half-Life as well. So if you're interested in that, I'll link them down below in the comments so you guys can see them. But if you do, you gotta like this video, or I'll send G-Man after you. So, what the fuck happened to Half-Life? And where does this leave us? Half-Life Alyx proved that Valve still cares. Leaks about Half-Life X suggest something is happening behind the scenes. But will we ever see a true Half-Life 3? For over 10 years now, there's been leaks and rumours of the next chapter. But just before anything solid is created, it gets put on the back burner once again. But after all these years, do we finally have hope?
HLX appears to be a single-player, first-person shooter. Now, thematically and story-wise, we know nothing. Like, next to nothing other than Barney Calhoun is likely a part of it. However, mechanically speaking, this is very much an evolution of the systems that were originally seen in Half-Life 2. The existence of a physics system at all was the groundbreaking feature. The physics are heavily evolved.
Because there's been comments about Half-Life X within the files for Dota 2, I believe? Which means something might be cooking in the Half-Life oven. Does this mean Half-Life 3 is still out there, waiting for the right moment? Or is it just a dream that will never come? Maybe, maybe not. But there's one thing, Half-Life isn't just a game, it's a legend. A ghost haunting the gaming history, a story left unfinished, lingering in the minds of fans for decades. Maybe one day, we'll finally see the words we've all been waiting for. Half-Life 3, confirmed. Or maybe we're just doomed to chase the dream that never comes true. But the one thing I do know is that I thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoy this sort of video on my What the Fuck series, then please go check out the other games that I've done on this series, and I plan to do many more soon, and leave a comment down below on what you'd suggest on another game I should cover. And if you like this, then please hit that like button and subscribe, because then I get to reward myself with a cookie.
I'm gonna kill you.
You guys have been amazing, where I've just been Elwood from Not So Serious Gaming. I hope you have a great morning, evening, night, whatever time of day is. I hope you have a great one. Peace out, guys.